Quantifiers. How much or how many? Quantifiers are words or phrases that are used before nouns that tell us how much there is or how many there are of something. We use the word much or the phrase how much with non-count nouns in questions or negative statements. Let's look at some examples. How much sugar is there? And there isn't much time. Sugar and time are non-count nouns. We use much before the nouns in these examples. How much is the question, but there isn't is a negative statement. We use the word many or phrase how many with plural count nouns in questions or negative statements. How many cats do you have? And I don't have many pencils. Cats and pencils are plural count nouns. We use how many and many before the nouns in these examples. How many is the question, and don't have is a negative statement. So we use many. Quantifiers, a lot of. Unlike many or how many and much or how much, we can use the phrase a lot of with both non-count and countable nouns. We can use the phrase a lot of in questions and in both negative and affirmative statements before a noun. Here are some examples of a lot of in questions. Is there a lot of blood? Do you have a lot of books to read? In this set of examples of questions, blood is a non-count noun while books is a plural count noun. Here are some examples of a lot of in statements. I have or I don't have a lot of newspapers to recycle. There is or there isn't a lot of water on the floor. In this set of examples of statements, newspapers is a plural count noun, while water is a non-count noun. Quantifiers, some versus any. Some and any are other quantifiers that need to be used in specific situations with both non-count and count nouns. Some can be used in affirmative statements and requests or offers with plural count and non-count nouns, while any is used in negative statements and questions. An example of using any with a negative statement is, I don't have any coffee or I don't have any magazines. An example of using some with an affirmative statement is, I have some cake or I have some cookies. Note that cake is a non-count noun and cookies are a plural count noun. We cannot use a singular count noun and say, I have a cookie. When making a request or offer, we use the quantifier some. An example is, I would like some water, or I would like some nuts. When asking questions, we use the quantifier any. Do you have any cream, or do you have any children? The final quantifier we will study is a few or few and a little or little. Few and a few are quantifiers used with plural countable nouns. Little and a little are quantifiers used with non-count nouns. However, there are differences in meaning between these words and phrases. A few versus few. I have a few friends. When you use a few before friends, This gives it a positive meaning, or it means that you have enough of something. Versus if you say, I have few friends, it is a more negative meaning, or means that you do not have enough. A little versus little. I have a little time. This is a positive meaning and means you have enough. Versus I have little time is negative meaning, or means that you do not have enough.